Welcome to Montana ProStart Video Tutorials Management Team Tag-Along Series, video number 1. This is everything you know to field a management team, be on a management team, step by step. We're going to start at the beginning, and just to highlight how important it is to take this step by step. It's a daunting proposal. It's one part IKEA, one part tax return, and the beginning for management is really page 23 or 24 of the rule book, depending on if you're looking at Montana or NIPSI. By the way, those are basically the same. There's only some small changes, so if you have one or the other, don't worry. They both work. We're going to start at step 7. Let's zoom in on those. And here's really what we need to do. And again, that's why it's so important just to calm down and take this step by step. You don't want to go chasing wild geese here and doing too much costing right away when we might not need to do that, for example. So the best place to start is the concept. What is the idea of this restaurant? Where is it going to be? Why are we doing it? What makes it special? We're going to follow a team through this procedure. Our particular team is homeschoolers and 5th grade, and we're going to do that because we don't see them at state and because we can make them do it. All right, we got Rose Johnson rocking out right there. I'm not sure about this. Her publicist swears by all this stuff. The Gordon Ramsay one seems sketchy in particular. Hey, who are we to judge? We got Ellie Johnson. She's an Asian elephant. Heck of a DJ. No holds barred. Full disclosure, though, not a good team member. Did not contribute much. Sorry, Ellie. Love you, girl. So the written description. 2 factors to consider right off the bat. Where is it? What type of space do we have? The first one is answered for us this year. It's answered every year. It's in ProStartville. ProStartville, don't go Carmen Sandiego, mystery, conspiracy on this bad boy. The whole point is Fort Collins, Fort Lauderdale, had a baby. It's a random town, USA. There's nothing particularly marketable you can attach your restaurant concept to via the town. It's got to be excellence from the restaurant concept, not attached to the town. Don't tell me it's in Key West and it's a key lime pie joint and that's the whole joint and you're catering to those tourists. That's not an option. So the spaces do matter much more. Page 29, Montana 31 NIPSI, that's Exhibit C. You can pause this and read more in detail about the 4. It's freestanding, airport, food truck, strip mall. How to use these 4 choices. If you're going to go gourmet, I'm thinking freestanding. Strip mall, airport, food truck, maybe not for gourmet. If you're going to go food truck, be ready for the specific questions that might come with that, especially from Montana at state. What are you going to do in the winter? You might have to close for almost 7 months a year. So, what's our deal? What's the concept? This is, this should be the fun part. This is where you should be invested in the idea. It should come from you as a student or from your students if you're an educator or a mentor. Our team chose Rude Food. It's a restaurant where everyone gets treated badly all the time. Yo, American food, bad American attitude. So we've got a basic idea now, and here's something very critical. Do you like it? You're going to be spending some time with this bad boy. This is your idea. You're going to be messaging your friends about it. You're going to have to talk about it. You're going to have meetings about it. You're going to be talking to adults about it, your fellow teammates. Make sure you're interested in it. We can't overstate that. The number one most important criteria is that the team is interested in it. The team is going to have to push it uphill. They're not going to want to get bored. So is it an interesting idea? The most common way is to make it something new, something exciting. New is exciting and interesting. So if it's something new, that's probably going to make it interesting and you're going to be invested in it. And remember, that's for ProStartville. Don't say we're going to have the first seafood restaurant on the High Line in Montana because it has to be in ProStartville. So if it's not new, let's do excellence or focus, something, let's stand out within that genre. Traveling around the state as a coordinator, I see tons of sandwich shop and taco stands idea. These can be great, but we need to focus in. Don't just do another sandwich shop. Do the best sandwiches in town, something really creative, seasonal sandwiches, high-end ingredients, or do Vietnamese sandwiches. And I'm not talking 1 or 2. The whole menu is Vietnamese sandwich. That's the whole joint. Or if you do taco stand, how about high-end organic, specializing in fresh tortillas made from scratch right there? Or do street food from Juarez, or do high-end gourmet Oaxaca style food. Mexican cuisine is very regionalized, and so a Mexican joint probably should be. All right, now you may have paused this, you may be back a week later. Hopefully we have a good idea. Now let's do a quick reality check. Is it a good idea? And by that I mean you're interested in it. We should have checked that box off, but did we go too far? You might be into the movie Frozen, but an entire igloo restaurant? Will people want to go there once? Will they want to actually come back? Is it realistically, logistically possible? So back to our concept, we have rude food. Back to our checklist. Is our team into the idea? Check. Is it interesting? Oh yeah. Unique? Heck yeah. I don't know one in America. Reality check? We did some Googling. Yeah, there's some of these floating around in Europe in some towns. So yeah, actually, yep. So we've got our idea. We're into it. It passes all our initial reality checks and interesting checks. We got to match it to a scenario. Freestanding airport strip mall. For ours, freestanding, people won't drive to be insulted. Strip mall, a busy family, not so much. Food truck, maybe. Second choice, but first choice is clearly airport in this one. It could be tourist draw. People are going to want to go once, probably not twice. All right, so we've got our concept. It's interesting. It's past reality check. We've matched it to a scenario. Now we go for the description. Just write down, when we designed this management curriculum, we even kicked around the idea of being able to fit it on a note card. That's still a good idea. Remember the KISS rule. Keep it simple, students. Start with 150 words or so is a good general starting point. Rose and Ellie don't like to type, so they actually did the OK Google voice-to-text app. They installed it. This is what it would look like on your computer. Choose one with like 4 stars and 1 million downloads. Those are good general internet rules. After a few takes, getting used to the app, this is what they came up with. Rude food is a restaurant like you've never seen before, etc. We might be rude, but we offer comfortable seating. We're in airports all over America. I'm not going to read the whole thing. Now you fill in some details. This is step 8 here. It tells you exactly what you need to put in this written description. Just because we can do 2 pages doesn't mean we should. The goal of good writing is the maximum amount of information in the smallest amount of words. Don't give teachers a big pile of stuff to sort through. They'll find more mistakes and they'll get impatient, and it's the same thing with judges. So we've got our 150-word description, and I think just take them step by step, bullet point by bullet point. So our description, then we start with this one. What type of restaurant is it? That was tough for our 5th grade team to answer. Had to help them out, but basically casual, full service. What is the purpose, the impact statement of the restaurant? Why are you doing it? For rude food, that kind of states itself. It's a very unique experience. What are the meals you're serving? And this just segues right into your hours, so we just answered those in 1 bullet point. A few menu examples. And lastly, the clientele you're going for. Now, this is very much related to a decision you already made. This should be matched with your concept. If you're going for a food truck, you know the type of people that go to a food truck. You better be looking for foodies, younger generation, hipsters, people who are savvy with social media. That's often how you find the food trucks. So don't make a food truck that caters to, say, soccer moms, because that's a clientele that might not frequent food trucks. So for ours, it's in an airport. It's kind of redundant. We just explained essentially the people that are going to be in the airport. All right, we did it. We just put the fundamental foundation in place for a management presentation. We're going to have more stuff coming soon. Email, if you're in Montana, me as your coordinator or mentor before you get frustrated. Sometimes we get the news the team's given up because it was such a daunting. Just give us that first question. We'll sort through. Sometimes we found a typo in the rules this year, for example. So sometimes the question can be easily solved before they pile. Boom, mic drop.